So I don't know whether that was they just didn't have a place on the order of battle. So I don't, did you have that experience and kind of like actually?
I haven't punched out or looked at any of the units from Heilsberg yet. When I talked to Jim, he had mentioned that I guess there's a slight issue with where the maps join in the center for Heilsberg,
Mm-hmm.
where they've got the road is off by a little bit or the redoubt is off by a little bit. They've got some sort of alignment error.
Oh,
And in
yeah.
fact, I'd seen something posted on the Consim um, world site as well, where people had talked about the something being misaligned. So
Hmm.
um, I'm sure he'll have some sort of suggestions for what people can do. Um,
Okay.
but
Yeah.
yeah, so we're gonna play Hassenhausen, and that should be fun. We haven't I haven't picked up that game since we play tested it and we worked on it there. What, almost 6 years ago. So
Yes, I remember my game with Tom. It was really quite, you have to kind of go, you have to kind of go into, you have to stay in regimental mode, I think, pretty much, and then just hope for the best.
yeah, it will be interesting to see. I had I play tested I think twice as the French, and I play tested it once as the Prussians with Jim and I playing it. Um, and then I think I did like a solitaire play test as well. So yeah, it's very much hard sledding for the French, to put it mildly. I think the first time we played it, I was able to pull off like a minor French victory. But I think then the second time we played it, Jim had a better idea what to do with the Prussians, and so I wasn't able to have the
Yeah.
same degree of success. So plus, he'd had a chance to watch me play it. So
Yeah. All right. Well, I think
yeah, I think Robert's
Dead
here.
Bob, Dead
We can
Bob is
I
joined.
am. I am in the house.
There you
Yeah.
go. The party can start. So okay, well, cool.
What
Um,
the game you were talking about? Did we
yes,
play that one?
I don't. So you and I had played the Clash of Arms Auerstadt game, which was
Yeah.
the very first Clash of Arms that I had back in the
Right.
early '80s there, or
Oh, I
mid
remember
'80s.
playing that.
Yeah, we
But
played
we
that one
played.
quite a bit. So then, when Marshall Enterprise came out with their Prussia campaign, basically their four battles, they had Saalfeld, they had Hall, they had Jena, and they had Hassenhausen, aka Auerstadt. So you and I
Oh,
played
okay.
Hall, I think, which is where you were trying to fight your way across the bridges.
Yes,
Yeah,
that was the one.
yeah.
I
So you and
remember
I
that.
played
That
Hall.
was not fun. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't like bridges. Don't like
Yeah.
marsh.
Don't like bridges, don't like marshes. Okay.
Marsh
Well,
is bad. Marsh
yeah.
is very bad.
Well, I think you were
Yeah,
playing
I
the French in
remember.
that one. So your job was to fight your way across, and that was, and I was doing my best to slow you down. So
Yeah.
yeah,
We need to be like the Mongols and fill the marshes in with the bodies of local villagers.
and then just ride across there. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
That's
if
they
if
got to put
that's if
rules
that's
in
what it
for that.
works, yes.
Dead Bob. Rob, I think there's a role for you with the Russians. I think you might be very successful in their system.
I might make general. Okay.
Yeah, there you
I don't
go.
know for how long, but whatever.
Did you hear today the defense minister is saying he was inspecting a tank factory. They can't keep up with building tanks because they keep getting blown up, and he says that he's going to start prosecuting the company, the people who run the company, and putting them in prison for not producing enough tanks. So then if he puts them in prison, they won't produce any tanks.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I mean, corruption. Corruption. I was just looking at a YouTube video where they were talking to a guy that was an auditor for the U.S. Army and
Hmm.
inspected, and so they got some. They were talking about the tires. That these tires on the vehicles don't operate right if you just let them sit for a long, long time and don't exercise them and whatever. The tires just rot off, and that's exactly what happened.
Wow.
To a lot of the tires just couldn't. That was true on a lot of those vehicles that went down to Kiev.
And they
Wow.
just rotted
I
up.
mean, it's a one mess after another, but they all brought it on themselves, with the corruption.
Yeah. Yeah, they were trying to they brought up all these reserves and they went to outfit them and they found that somebody had absconded with 1.5 million um, sets of uniforms. And so
Yeah.
there's a website that's keeping track of how soon people die from the time um, they get into the military system to the time they get to Ukraine. So far, the record is like 6 days.
Wow. Well, I'm sure things aren't much better for the Ukrainians. So from what I've heard, they're pressing people into service who don't have a lot of experience either. So
No,
it's a big mess.
it's like
Yeah.
World War I,
Yeah,
just like
yeah,
World War One.
yeah, yeah.
Uh, the
It's a real
Russians are the
shame.
the Russians are the most corrupt country in the world, and the Ukrainians are the second most corrupt country.
Oh wait,
Yes,
you're giving a compliment to North Korea? Wait, hold on.
Well, yeah, I don't know. There's a few I might have left out there.
your tax dollars at work. Well,
Hey,
we
did
are
you
here
see
at
that big?
beautiful Ligny, where nothing is like the First World War.
No, there's
Nothing at all.
no corruption in the French army.
No corruption at all in the French army. We've had a
Nobody would.
few splitters who've given up
Oh
to
yes,
join the Bourbons, but everybody else is a dedicated,
Count
Napoleon.
Bernadotte.
He's not here yet, so
No.
yeah, give it time. Um, okay, cool. So it's the French 320 turn.
Yes.
And so, if you guys want to chat a little bit, David and I can chat a little bit, and then we can get the show on the road.
Okay.
All
Give me
right.
1 second. I got to get my other monitor going. Hold on. Why isn't it?
I'll meet you in French HQ. Probably because you unplugged it so you could play Supreme Commander, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
That.
that's why mine wasn't working either. So that's the
Does
David.
does
Just so
that
that you,
help, actually? I was wondering because when I had two monitors, it would do weird things a little bit.
yeah. So you need to unplug your second monitor when you're playing Supreme Commander,
Yeah.
Forged
Just turn it off.
Alliances. Yeah. Well, not turn it off. I actually have to unplug it.
All
So
right.
Oh, I just turned mine off, but
oh, even when
really?
mine is on, it was acting up. I mean, even when it
Wow.
was just plugged in, it was acting up. Even
Really?
though it was off, even though the monitor was turned off, it was. So I unplug it when I'm going to play Supreme Commander. I don't know. I've got maybe a more temperamental system than you and William have. So
It's also, yeah, this game's old, so it probably doesn't have multiple monitor support.
yeah. All right. I'll meet you down in French HQ, Dave.
All right.
All right, so it's our turn, so we get to launch cavalry charges and do any number of other terribly exciting things. So,
Yeah.
what is it that you have in mind, if anything?
Well, I am going to mass as much as I can into Ligny right at the moment. Now, but my first question to you is I have a disordered artillery unit there.
Yes. So,
What
what's
does
going to
that,
happen is it can fire at half strength during the offensive fire phase, and then you have to hope that it recovers during the during the rally phase. And if it does, then it'll be good to go. If it routes, then you'll put a route marker on it. It won't be able to fire at all. And if they attack it and they get like a DD result or basically anything, it's gone. It's removed from the game. So as it is right now, it's simply just disordered. So they either have to. So even if it routes, it's not going to go anywhere. Now, what you could do is, if you wanted to, you could try to, limber it up and move it back. It has half its movement points, so that's probably 3 movement points. Or you could prolong it back, right? And just kind of pull it out of that hex. And then you could put infantry in there, and then they'll get a shot at it, but it's not going to have a very good. It's got a great fire defense. It's disordered and it's in the cultivated, so it's unlikely they'd be able to hit it. And they need to get 2 hits on it in order to do anything to it. So I would say just pull it back, prolong it back 1 hex, and then move infantry in, and then have it rally, and try again. Next time. If it recovers, then you could just prolong it right back into that hex again.
All right. Okay. Now, all right. So if I kept it and moved an infantry unit in there, that would become disordered also, right?
Yeah, you
So
can't
that
move an
probably would
infantry.
not.
Yeah, no, you can't.
Okay. So
Yeah,
that wouldn't be a good idea, but I could.
correct.
Yeah, I can. All right. All right. Because I'm planning on trying to get 2 stacks of each, 2 battalions of each of my infantry. Okay, so I'll get 2 on the first hex on the right. I'll back that artillery unit out, get 2 in that square.
Yeah,
Going to advance 1 into that unoccupied special structure.
yeah.
So, and then I'll bring 2 into that square that he vacates.
Right.
1, 2, and I'll try and I think I can get a second. So I think I can basically get that 1 unit he's got stuck out there pretty much surrounded. He'll be going through at least 2 hexes as he backs up.
Yeah. So
I should get a lot of firepower on him, and
yeah, and if you're hitting him on the flank with one of the units, then that's going to make it harder for him to stand. He'll have that negative, modifier on the morale check. So there's a good chance that you can get him to break, and if that's the case, then he's going to go back, and there's all that landwehr to roll for. So chances are then you'd have some more landwehr that's going to run away and cause more havoc. So
I'm probably going to try and assault the hex behind the other special structure there along the creek in the corner. 7, 8.
The other one that's there in the corner. Okay, let me check real quick.
The upper right
Okay,
of the town there.
the one that's
7,
got
8.
his. It's not that's got the 22nd Regiment in it, or the 22nd. The gray guys. That's not a special structure. That's just a village.
Oh, okay, that's a village. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. So I was gonna.
There's a special structure just 1 hex south of it, though.
Right.
Yeah.
So that would get me much closer to having that one almost surrounded.
Yeah. And then he's got, there's a bridge across the creek and stuff like that. So if you capture that hex, it's going to make it a challenge for him to bring reinforcements in. So, yeah. You do want to be careful. That unit of yours, the 96, the 5.8, he's in line. He's got his flank hanging out in space. So if he gets charged or he gets attacked through that hex just north of him, it's in his flank. So I just thought I'd let you know you need to be aware of that. Either bring up some cavalry. Right now you don't have any cavalry that would actually cover that hex. If he charges into that hex, nobody is actually within 3, hexes in a line of sight. So you just want to try to be aware of that as you go. Oh, William is saying, good evening from Kitchener, Ontario, Canada. Kitchener, wonder if that's named after somebody that we're familiar with from history. So, greetings, William. Thank you for watching. If you're suffering from insomnia, I always tell people, this is the channel for you. All right.
Do you need me to do anything more with what's down? I'm just going to take another shot with my artillery. Maybe.
Yeah, I would just say kind of keep moving that a little bit more to the right, and I'm going to take one or more of your cavalry here and do a charge across the creek. He's got a bunch of guys that he went to attack me with, and he's got his flank hanging open. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to bring some of the guard across the creek to support my troops.
All right, so you're going to take those dragoons and the.
I'll take the one dragoon. I'll leave the light cavalry.
Okay.
Where he's at to kind of cover the cover the guns. But yeah, I'll take that dragoon and probably the guard cavalry.
Do you want me to send another dragoon unit over that way?
No, we should be okay. We should be okay. I'm going to send some guard infantry over there. So if he decides to come out and cause trouble, we should be able to respond without too much difficulty. So, yep.
All
So
right.
that's what's up.
That's where I'm going
Okay.
with that. All right. Guess we can go back up.
Indeed, back up.
So what? Yeah, just let me know what you're going to continue.
Yeah, I'm just basically kind of pushing, just keep pushing right up through the Saint Amans, hitting them from the south and from the west, and then once I get across the other side of the creek, I can start to pressure them on the east as well, and they'll either have to pull back or be destroyed entirely.
Right. So
and then
you've got a couple. We've got a couple cavalry units stuck out there, don't we? So
yeah, I'm going to go rescue them. So that's what's going to happen in this coming turn. Should be exciting.
Right. Okay.
Back up to the lobby, unless you've got anything else.
Do you see anything on my cavalry on the right? Any opportunity for a...
No, I mean, what you're going to want to do is, just I would say, I mean, he doesn't have any artillery over there at the moment.
Yeah, just that one.
Yeah, and so you can put your light cavalry, like that hussar, that 814 hussar who's out at the very end. I would just put him in column. That way he's got a wider range that he can respond. I don't know why you've got your leader's soul is not stacked with a cavalry unit. And you've got Grouchy and a bunch of the other guys. You could, kind of put them with a cavalry unit, so at least they get, because they're all under that 711 dragoon. You can kind of spread them out, so at least that way we're going to get, multipliers or get bonuses on die rolls. So, William says the city was named after Lord Kitchener during the First World War. It had previously been called Berlin. Well, William, that makes sense that they would change it to something slightly more patriotic. So, I mean, I suppose it could have been named, Kaiser Wilhelm. That would have been more of a fair switch, changing it from Kaiser Wilhelm, Ontario to Lord Kitchener, Ontario, but it's all good. Thanks for watching. All right, back up to the thing, and we can carry on with our turn.
Carry on, yep.
One called Supernova in the East, which is like a 5-part series on World War II in the East, and it's really good.
Hello, gentlemen. We are back.
All right.
So
It's time to worry.
alrighty.
Time to worry.
It sounds like we're going to have everything we can handle tonight, just getting the French turn done.
You think so? The
Yeah.
French
Well, I
aren't-
think there's, if
Yeah.
I remember right, there's heavy rain and quicksand everywhere.
It's our charge phase, so we are going to conduct a few charges. It should not come as a surprise to you that that's what
Lay 'em
we
down.
might be doing. Yep. So I'm declaring a charge with the guard, heavy cavalry here on the south side of the Ligny Creek. And let's see, what else do I want to do? I think I want to do some other charges while I'm in the neighborhood. So I'm going to declare some charges over here, over on the west side of the battlefield. I'm going to do
Throwing in
charge
your
here.
weakest units right away there.
Oh yeah, that's how that's how I roll.
Hmm.
So charge with a couple of my other cavalry units. So
Were you also gonna charge the other one down there?
no, I'm going to use them to come up and cover
Yep.
for my blown
Gotcha.
cavalry. So yeah. All right. Let's see here. So
How about Dave? Dave, do you have some cavalry charges?
No, I do not.
He does not. He does have a space laser he's going to be aiming at you, though. So
Well, Ligny will be a light really quick.
yeah, exactly.
Okay. Space
All right.
laser.
Yep. The space laser, the special space laser. So, all right. So let's see here. How are we going to do this? Boop, 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 boop. And 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3.
Which one are we?
Okay,
What are
we'll
we
start
doing
here
here?
with the we'll start here with the chap. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, okay, good. We'll start here with the guy in the center. So let's move the unit forward. There's 1 and 2, 3, 4, and then going across the creek costs another 3, so that's going to be 8. And then we've got 9, 10, 11, and I'm
All
going
right.
to declare. I'm going to declare. What are you holding on for?
I think you're in range of this guy.
I am, but you don't have a line of sight on me.
Like,
Uh,
you don't have a
Well,
lot
I
of
could
sight
see
through
you.
your unit.
Yeah,
Huh?
your unit. So if we
And-
draw a line from the center of yours to the center of mine, it goes through your own infantry unit. So you don't have a line of sight to me.
And it goes through the cultivated, which
Yeah.
that blocks it too.
Yeah. It's kind of I want to yeah, this is where games don't quite reflect reality because I could have seen you the whole way. But now all of a sudden
Well, that's
when
presuming there's not, things like musket and cannon smoke and the folds of the ground and all that stuff. So
There's no folds in the ground. I mean, I could have seen you. I could have seen you from here.
well,
Here.
The corn got in the way, or the
yeah.
rye.
Well, but
The
your line of but in Premiere you can only react out 4 hexes.
Yeah. I know. Use the.
Hey,
Oh well, wait a minute. Okay, and you cleverly. Now wait a minute. I do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, what about this guy?
Where? Yeah,
There.
1, 2, 3, 4. His range only goes there or there.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Well,
once again, I'm
I see
not.
you plan the rules. I see you read the rules carefully.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
I have to do what I do here. All right, so we are going to declare this guy as the target of our charge,
Okay.
and he doesn't have a line of sight to us, so we would move adjacent. So that's going to be, the cultivated is another 2, so that's going to be 13. And so now he would make a check to stand. He's being attacked through his flank. So that's going to be a -9. He's half dead. So that's a -6. And, actually, it's -12 for being charged through the flank. So he's got a -18. And I'm heavy cavalry, so that's another -6. So he's got a -24 to stand.
Okay.
That's a kind of a big minus.
Yeah. So this is where you would make your handy dandy morale check with a -24.
Wow.
45. So he is going to rout.
It's a -20. How much? 24.
-24. So that's basically going to put it down to, for every 6.
Morale's 11 though. Well, no. Wait.
Yeah.
His morale wasn't bad. It's 23, but
Yeah. It's kind of hard to, you're half dead and you're getting charged through the flank. So he's going to rout.
we'll go
And
through the.
so hang on. So what I've got to do then is I would have to check to see if I recover, or not recover, but recall, right? So for the French, where's our recall for the French? So on a 1 through 4, I recall. I'm a guard unit. I subtract 1. I've got a leader with a cavalry bonus. I subtract another 1. So I automatically recall. So I'm just going to let you rout and run away.
One, two, three. Or could go 4, 5, 6,
7.
7. Okay.
Does he lose an increment for each zone?
He does not. He does not, because we didn't do combat, and I didn't want to use up my movement points chewing him up. So I'm going to target a new target, which is going to be this chap right here.
Okay.
So,
He doesn't have all that.
Yeah.
He has the close. Wait a minute. Trying to get something. Okay, here we go.
Did he have to do a morale check with a routed unit running over him?
Yeah, he has to take a morale check for that, so you should probably roll for that first.
All right. Okay, so I think that's like a 12, -12, right?
Nope, there's no in Premiere. It's only you rolled a 14.
Oh,
so
he did though.
yeah.
Okay, yeah, so
So he's going to so he's going to disorder. So move him back 3 hexes,
That's 3. I could
Well,
just move him.
he's here, so 1, 2, 3. He's going to move back as opposed to towards, you know.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, and so then I will move one more forward, so that's going to be 14. This guy is the target of the charge.
Okay. So he can roll. Well, he can't retreat. Well, he is adjacent to this guy, but that guy's in a special structure across the creek.
Right.
Don't think he can. I don't think he can run away into there.
Yeah.
Um, So I think he would have to roll the stand or rally.
So that we
Rallying.
don't have rallying squares in 5th edition. So what he
We're
could
playing,
do,
playing
Not playing
Premier,
5th
though.
edition.
yeah. I mean, we're playing Premier. So they
Yeah.
don't have rallying squares in Premier.
No, we're
Um,
playing the regs. No, we're playing 5th edition. No, wait.
we find whatever rule set works best. Now, what he could do is,
That's
Albert,
it. That's it.
yeah, what he could do is he could, he can't, can he go into the swamp if he's in regular order? Can regular infantry go in the swamp or only skirmishers? Toot, 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 toot. Where's our movement?
How much movement do you have left?
Well, all his units are skirmishers. aren't
I've
they?
got 3. I've got 3 points left.
So I've got like 9 movement points left.
Well, it doesn't have anything to do with movement points. It has to do with
Yeah, I
your
can't.
ability to retreat. So
I can't run you.
yeah. So
Right.
it's a
Number one,
case
you're
where
covered.
you're going to be, ground up. So
Well,
you
maybe
would,
I'll go back into the swamp, which is bound to help me.
right. So that's where I have to take a look to see if you can go into the swamp without being in skirmish mode.
I am in skirmish mode.
No, I know, but can you be in the swamp in regular because you don't have your stacking is so you might be able to get one. How many increments do you have in those
I've only got
hexes?
one increment.
No, no,
I've
no,
only
no,
got
no.
one. Oh, wait a minute. I got more than increments than that. I
Yeah.
got 2 guys. So let's see. Not sure which one had the
It's
loss,
got
but
one. So your Schutzen's lost one, and the other guys.
okay. So
Oh.
I got 2 increments.
So yeah, so you'd
Okay.
be in one hex anyway. So what you'd do is you would just pull them back into the swamp. They could be in skirmish order in the swamp.
Well, it's okay. The rule says they only have 2 choices. They may attempt. Let's see. Trilliers would route if not adjacent to a friendly unit in good order or general order terrain. Oh,
Well,
Right.
they
So the
are
swamp
actually
is
adjacent
the
to the
swamp
guys.
is general order terrain.
General order
Yeah.
train, yeah.
Yeah. So they could go into the. Well, actually, the swamp is not. The marsh is not general order terrain in Ligny. I'm looking at it here. It is, if you look at the fire defense, the only thing that's general order terrain on the map is the woods and the town. So if you look at the fire defense table,
Oh, you're right.
the marsh is not.
Fired it.
So they
All
can't.
right.
So they're just going to be ground up. So just
Yeah.
take
All
them
right.
off the.
Technically, though, I am neck adjacent to the guy in the special structure.
But you can't stack with them.
but you can't stack with them, yeah. Because if you could, then you would go in and be at the bottom of the stack and this and that. And
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So they're just going to get eliminated. There's only 2 companies, Albert. So they're just dead off to the bone pile.
Okay.
So then I would occupy that hex, and I will be tired from my exertion.
All right. Okay.
Now you're only tired because you didn't do any combat.
Because I didn't do any combat. I charged, but I did not do any combat. Yep.
First corps.
Yeah, so we've been putting them on the morale check chart. So
Where I'm taking them.
yeah.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Cool.
What time is it anyways? It's
All right.
3:10. Okay.
Yeah, it's the 3:20 turn. Let me turn this. Right.
Well, let's see.
Okay, so now let's go over to
Wait a minute.
what?
I could force you to become tired by just going back to the regular terrain. Why you're going to have to? In other words, you're going to be well. Let's see. Just to grind them up is going to cost you to be exhausted.
Nope, because we're not engaging in melee. So I'm
Well, what do you when you're saying grind them up? That's melee.
No, it's not. Are we consulting the melee table? We're not. It's not an assault. It's just trampling.
Describe to me how you.
Yeah. So
how you
trampling
round me up
is
without a fight.
yeah. So trampling is where you're using the remaining movement points to destroy or to damage the unit that's routed, right? And so that's different than if you were to say your other unit had stood, and then we would have marked it with an assault, and then during the assault phase, we would conduct an assault.
All right, but I'm in these hexes, and let's say you're going to have to. Trampling is after melee.
No, it's not. Trampling happens during the charge movement segment.
All right, so why didn't I get an opportunity to stand?
Because you were skirmishers. So if you take a look at the rules for the tirailleurs that are the target of the charge, they route if not adjacent to a friendly unit in good order or general order terrain. Before they execute their route movement, the charging cavalry would trample them at a rate of 2 increments per remaining movement points. So I had 3 remaining movement points, so that would have eliminated 6 increments.
All right, okay.
Yeah,
all right,
and then it says cavalry do not have to roll for recall in this case, right?
Okay, that's
so
good.
this is all
That's
happening during the. So there's actually no melee involved. It's just part of the charge movement,
Okay.
as far as the mechanism goes.
All right, okay.
Okay. All right. Moving over to the other side of the battlefield, where I'm sure my charges will not nearly be as successful, but we're going to do them anyway. So let's go ahead and this guy is going to spur forward. So there's 1, and he's going to, let's just change his facing there 1, and then we're going to turn him 2, 3, 4.
Okay, stop.
Yep.
Okay. All right, who do we want to come? Okay, we're going to try to. Let me see who's there. I don't know if I want to use him. Let's see. Lights. You're charging me with a light.
That's correct.
Okay, I'm going to try this guy in the middle.
Can you flash him for me so I know who you're talking about? Okay, cool.
Oh, there they are.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll. 43. All right, so you're just going to move forward 1 hex.
That, so you can add anything you want. You've got 802 gigabytes.
All right.
Okay.
And then I think it's
Well, I mean, he was facing this way, so he should move into that hex, right? In theory. There we go. All right, let me move my guy up, and let me turn him. So you wouldn't be turned. You would still face me in the front. You were fine the way you were before, Albert. Oh well, it doesn't matter. There we go. Okay. So that one's done. All right. And then here, this guy's going to come out. Do you want to opportunity charge or reaction charge?
I'll wait one more.
Okay. And we'll move forward 2.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to use I'm now 4 with my lancers back here. Not sure I want to use the lancers though. I use the guy in front.
Okay.
So
A 15. Well, take a look. I'm sure he's got a leader there, so your hussars
I don't
are
know.
probably
That'd be
pretty
hard.
good.
15's pretty hard to.
Yeah. Well, there's
He's got
16,
the-
so as long as you've got like a +2 for the leader.
Yeah.
Oh, he's
Okay.
a +1. So a 15
Made it.
becomes a 16. No, it didn't make it because you need to do better than your check
Oh,
in
I
Premier.
see.
So you hit the number, but you didn't exceed the number, which is what you got to do.
Okay.
So,
Okay. I guess he's not going to come.
yeah, that's fine.
So, so I'll try. I'll try also this guy back. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll try my lancers.
Which lancers are those?
I think I'll use these back here.
Okay, they don't have a line of sight on me right now.
Yeah, these guys do.
They don't because they're in line, right? So they have a line of their front is out through these hexes. So if they go out, I'm not where they could see me.
1, 2, 4.
So if I moved 2 hexes further forward, then they could. But because the lancers are in line right now, they only have that front. They have a narrower cone for their
Okay.
line of sight. So
All right. Okay. So nobody can respond.
not at the moment. All right. Then I'm going to move forward another 1. So that's 1, 2, 3, and then I'm going to turn 4, 5, and then I'm going to move. Well,
Okay. Now I do have line of sight now.
From who?
from whom?
No,
Okay.
because they're in line also. So
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I mean, here
Wait a minute.
I'll go right there. How about that, Albert? Now you can.
Oh, you don't have to. Where you're going at, you've got to.
He's being very provocative there.
You said that this guy was your target, so you know.
Oh, did I? Okay, fine. There's my
Okay.
target.
All right.
Yeah, there's no point in
Okay.
me doing anything else. I mean, I could be here or it could be there, so I could
Okay. Never
just go
I do
right there.
remember
Okay.
Good.
that was the
I'll just
target.
I'll just receive the charge
Yeah.
there.
Cool. All right, so those are my 2 charges.
Okay.
All right. I guess
Time
it's
to
time
move.
for movement. Exciting movement stuff. So, you guys want to go into your respective
We'll go into our
parts of the
Game room
universe?
1.
Okay.
All right. Number. Oh, David's in game room.
All right. So, Albert, let's see here. It is 3 minutes to the hour. 7 minutes to the hour. So if we go to about 8 minutes after, we should have our 15 minutes. So let's start where we're at over on this side of the universe. So I'm going to move up some more of my cavalry, and I'll move these guys up here, and they're going to be turned facing that way. And let's see, these guys will move up, and they will be facing that way. And let's see, this guy's going to turn, and I'm going to move him up here. Do you want to opportunity charge him with these guys? So I moved this heavy cavalry here. Do you want to opportunity charge him with these guys?
Let me see.
You've got, it looks like some
Yeah.
Uhlans.
No.
Okay. All right. And I'm going to prolong these guns here. And do you want to opportunity charge them?
Nope.
Okay. All right. Let's see. What else do we want to do? Move some more units forward. And one, two, three, four, five, six, seven. All right. And then these guys. All right, I've got these cavalry here. 1, 2, 3, 7, and 8. We'll put them there. And 1, 2, 3. Put those guys there. All right. Let's see, I've got some guns. We'll push those guns right there. And let's see here. All right, I'm going to roll these guns up and unlimber them adjacent to you. So you can take a shot at me. It's probably just going to be a 1-to-1 shot from these guys here in the woods to there. 46. It's not good enough. All right, and then these guys are going to go across. Oh, yeah, let's turn them. And let's have them go 1, 2, 3, and then the creek is another 2, and they'll just go right there into the swamp lands. And these guys are going to move through the skirmishers. And let's see who else. These guys are going to move across the creek. So you can take a pot shot at them as they move. That guy can take a shot at them as they move across. So he's going to have 8 to 16, a 1-to-2 shot.
Where is this?
Right here. So my skirmishers here moved across.
Mm-hmm.
So you have a 1-to-2 shot there. Nope. All right. Let's see. Let's give him some more cold steel, shall we? So this guy is going to move in here, and we're going to turn him into one more. There we go. He's going to move in here like that. And let's see. I will have the Swiss. Poor guy showed up in a red coat. I'll have them come here as well. And let's move these guys over the 33rd. They'll move there. And where's the rest of the 86th? Some of it's there. 1, 2, 3. I'll have these horse guns come up, and they're going to unlimber. 1, 2, 3. All right, and they'll go into line, and they'll move here, and the 22nd. They're going to move up this way. And then these guys will move up here. All right, that takes care of some of that. Now, over here by the Saint Amans, what are we going to do there? We got to do some attacking. So we're just going to push these guns right there. And then we will have these guys move right there. And let me just change their facing. Oh. So they'll go into line and then they'll move there. Let's see. Whoops. These guys are going to move up. And I don't know that we want to do anything too exciting just yet. We'll move these guys forward. And these guys, I got some guns.
Data analysis shows too many variables.
All right. All right, I got stuff. We'll bring these guys up and have them form into line. And they will then march in here. And these guys will just move up to support everybody. All right, now moving further south, we're down here at Ligny Creek. I've got some guys, that's going to be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Gets those guys there. Let's see. And these guys are going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nah, we'll stop there. All right. And over here, we will, I'm going to take this Dragoon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And he's going to change his facing 10, 11. All right, and let's see, we'll have this guy push forward. Well, no, we'll keep him where he's at. This guy's going to come up here. This guy's going to come here. We'll have this guy go here and change into column. All right, those guys will move over there. All right. Okay. Big excitement. Okay. That pretty much takes care of, I think, my movement. Let me just double check. Okay, yeah, I think that's about all I can do. So, okay, that is it for me for the moment. So we can go to defensive fire, Albert.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Where do you want to start?
Start here.
Are you up north? Oh, okay, right there, yeah, with that guy.
Yeah.
So you'll have 8 to 8. So it'll be a 1-to-1 shot.
5 times. Got 5 times. Those are guys who are musketeers, so they're
Right.
times 2.
Right, so there.
So there's
have
4.
4 times
4
2 is 8.
8. Okay.
Right, and my fire defense is 6.
nothing.
Because, yeah, nothing. Okay.
Okay. All right. Now we'll go down to
We can go down
here.
to the little spot where the church is. Is that where we're
so
going? Okay.
yeah. So we'll fire on this
Okay.
and this.
Right. So you've got basically whatever your printed value is, thirded. Well, actually, your square. So it's 7 times 2 is 14 divided by 3. So you got basically 4. So you got a 4 to 16 shot there. So go ahead and roll for that. That's a 1 to 3. And that's a miss. And then here,
And then the other side.
this guy's going to be, he's in line.
Probably.
So you got 4 from the thing, and then your Jaegers. Are they Jaegers or Schutzen? I can't tell. You flipped it.
Those are Slutzen.
Schutzen. So they're times 4. So you'll have
Times.
12 to 16, right?
Okay, 12 to 16. 12 to 16. Okay, that's a 1 to 1.5.
Yeah.
Or
66. That is a hit any way you slice it. And I think that is their first hit. All right.
okay. All right. Going up a little bit.
Yeah.
I'll fire these guys.
Yep.
And all right, so here.
Yep. You can combine part of the guy, so that's going to be same thing. You'll have another 4 points.
12 to 16 again.
Well, I don't know. How many increments of Jaegers do you have there?
Let's see.
2. So they're 6.
Less.
So it's going to be 10 to 16.
10 to 16, okay.
No,
Nope.
that's a miss.
And then, so that was on this hex. So
Yep.
moving around, we'll go to here.
Yep. So there you could have 4
I
and
have
4 is
both.
going to be 8. 8 to 11.
Okay.
55.
That's a hit.
That is a hit. Okay.
Okay. Did you apply a hit there?
I did.
Okay. Now then, this guy. Let's see. So that's all he can fire. So now I've got this guy.
Yeah, you got your Schutzen, who is, or Jaeger or whatever is there.
Okay. So the question is.
So he would fire at the.
This guy's in line, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So I'll fire the Slutzen at him.
So it's what, 8?
That guy is a Slutzen, yeah. So he's I'll flip him over just to see what.
Yeah, they're usually
He
only
is
2 increments.
He's a 2.
Yeah, so you're going to have 8 to 9.
Okay. Nope.
12. So that was nothing.
Then we'll go to this unit.
Okay.
He's got
probably what, 6
He's got
increments
7.
between the two. So 3.
6 increments between the two.
Yeah.
So 6 increments on this guy.
Yep. So you've got 6 to.
So
So
it's
it's going to be.
6
And are they
times
Fusiliers? Yeah. So your Fusiliers are times 3. So you're going to have 18. 18 to 6. It's a 3 to 1 with a plus 4 for the stack. So that's going to be a
5.
1 hit. Although, let me double check. Yeah, just 1 hit. He missed it by 1. Okay, so we will apply a hit there. Okay.
Okay. Now we combine these guys.
Okay.
So we've got.
You just got
2,
2, and they are Jaegers, right? So they're going to be times 3, so they're going to be 6. And then
these
your
guys.
Fusiliers are whatever their printed value is.
4 times 3.
Well, he's in column there, Al. He's not in line.
Oh yeah, he's in column. Yeah. Okay.
So whatever, that's what, 8?
He is an 8.
So you're going to have 14 to 16, so just shy of 1 to 1. So 1 to 1.5. And that's a miss.
All right, going around. I'll fire. Okay, these Landwehr have to fire on.
They'd have to fire on one or the other of the 2
They'll
skirmishers
fire
that
on
are
one.
in front of them. Yeah.
So that's going to be Landwehr times.
Times 1.5. So you're gonna. They're just worth 6. So it's
6
going to be 6 to.
No, I'll do it in the clear.
Okay,
Yeah,
so 6
clear
to 14. So it's 1 to 2.5. Now that's a miss.
Okay, these guys.
Yep. So they're going to be 8.
Hold on. Oh, wait a minute. Let me look at something. Okay, what do we got here? Okay, those guys against these guys.
So it's going to be 8 to 8. So it's just a 1 to 1. And that's a miss.
And there's Landwehr.
Right. So remember, they're printed, so it's going to be
5.
5 to 16.
This is for 1 to 3.
Yeah. Nope.
Okay, nothing. Okay, these guys.
So those are all Jaegers. Jaegers in line are times 3, and you got 4 increments there. So that's.
I think I'll fire on this. I think I'll fire on this 4. These guys are. Well, the guys are in the swamp. Let's see, these guys. Which one is the least defense value?
So they're both. So the guy that's in the swamp, fire defense in the marsh, is 6. Fire defense in the, I don't know what's this other thing. Is that a building he's in? Oh yeah, it's a village. So the guy that's in the swamp is a better shot. He's just got a fire defense of 6. So you would have 12 to 6. You'd have a 2-to-1 shot there.
Right.
65.
Okay.
That is a palpable hit. Okay.
All right. Let's see. These guys in the woods. Okay, the artillery is not that great, is it?
Yeah, you're not going to be able to hit it because you've.
Well, I have to get 2 hits.
You need
I have
to get 2
2
hits.
kills.
Yeah. So you might as well
and then
fire at the guy who's in the infantry units that's in line next to you.
Yeah. Okay. So I've got probably 8. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean whatever. So
6.
it's 6. So it's 6 to 9. 1 to 1.5. 34.
Okay. Let's see. I'll fire on these guys.
Okay. So I've got a fire
That
defense of 9. So you're probably what, 8 to 9? So once again, it's 1 to 1.5.
Okay.
No, that's a miss.
Okay. And finally, those guys are Jaegers. Yeah, they can't. Okay, so these guys will fire on this good cavalry here.
Yep.
Okay, so that's they're in line. They are
So they're just going to be times 2. So it's going to be 8 to 6, and you've got a plus
yeah.
plus
bit.
9.
Okay.
43. So plus 9, that's going to be a 56 at 1 to 1. So that's a single hit. So let's scratch a pony and let's make a morale check for that unit. 23. Let's see what their morale is. 14. Oh, they don't care. Okay, so they pass. All right. I don't know that you've got any other firing that you can do.
Don't think so.
Okay. So since we're over in this part of the world, let's get started with my fire. We'll start with this battery that's here opposite your cavalry here, and we'll take a shot at them. So it's going to be. So I'm over here at the western end of the line, over here.
Okay.
With these guys. So
edge of the line. Okay.
Yep. So this battery, it's 16 to 6. So it's going to be 2.5 to 1 with a +1 for the size. So here we go. 54 becomes a 55 at 2.5 to 1 is a single hit.
Okay.
And make a round check for them. And they are going to rout. I mean, unless they're really good, I don't know what their morale is.
They're not that good. They're not.
No, 22. So unless Thuman is some sort of godly Prussian version of Marshal Murat, they're going to bug out.
Okay, hold on.
So they're going to move back 13. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah,
Oh, damn
over
it.
that way. Yep.
Okay.
All right, then I've got a pair of guns here that are going to fire on these guys here. So at medium range, it's going to be 12. It's going to be 12 to 6, so it's going to be 2 to 1 with a +1 for your size. 66, that is a hit. Oh, actually, at 2 to 1, that's 2 hits. So 2 hits on that Dragoon. And a morale check for them. And they stand. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Moving along, I've got these guys here are going to fire at you. So I'm going to have 12 to 6. I'm going to have a 2 to 1 shot on your Fusiliers. And that is a miss. And then here I'm firing on these guys that are in the woods. So I've got, what have I got here? I've got 14 and 16. That's going to be 30 plus another 16. That's going to be 46. Plus another 12. That's going to be 58. And your fire defense in the woods is 14. So 58 divided by 14. That's 4 to 1, shifted to 5 to 1 for Canister, and a +2 for Gerard. Here we go. 41 plus 2 is going to be a 43. At 5 to 1, that's 2 hits on the guys that are in the woods. And that triggers a morale check. I don't know what their morale is. 24. I'm sure Tippelkirch adds in something positive, hopefully. If it's a +1, that's all it takes to save them. Yeah, so they pass. Just barely. Just barely. Okay, here on your guys that are in the village hex, I've got this guy and half of this guy. So this chap is 8, and the, whoops. Uh-oh. Quick. What happened to the unit? Oh, there he is. So he's 8, and then this guy is also 8, so that's going to be 16. And then these guys are down to what? 4 increments. So 2 increments, that's going to be another 6. So that's going to be 22 to 11. So it's going to be 2 to 1 on that hex. 25 at 2 to 1 is a miss. All right, moving right along. I've got part of these guys, and they're going to fire into this hex here, into your flank. So it's going to be 8 to 6, a 1 to 1 shot there. 64, that's a hit on those musketeers, and a morale check for them.
Which ones?
These guys right here. And they are going to disorder.
see, 1.
1, 2, 3 hexes back.
I can go this way. Oh, well. So, okay, so both Landwehr are going to go. So it doesn't matter. Okay, so now I'll check for this Landwehr.
21. Now they're going to bug out.
Check for this Landwehr back here.
Okay.
Stay.
He's happy.
Check for this Landwehr
Okay.
down here.
Nope, he's going to bug out.
Okay, so now
Well, all of that before I could get a shot at him.
okay.
All right. Well, moving right down the line here. Let's go ahead. We'll have these guys can fire here. So I've got, how many increments I got? So it's going to be 10 to 8, 1-to-1 shot on that hex. That's a miss. And then I've got these guys here will fire on your skirmishers here. So that's going to be, what have I got there? So that's going to be 20 to 16, a 1-to-1 shot on your Jaegers. 51, that just
Not quite
misses.
good enough.
Nope. 1 shy, as they say. All right, then I've got these guys, and these guys are going to fire on that hex. So my artillery is going to be 32 plus another 12. So that's going to be, it's going to be 2.5 to 1 on this hex with a +1 for the artillery leader. 33 at 2.5 to 1 is a hit.
Where?
Right here. So that's their second hit. No morale check yet.
Okay.
Okay. Then we go down here. I'll have these chaps and these chaps fire on this guy here. So those guys are in line. And they are young guard, so they are only ×4. So that's going to be 16. And then these guys, I've got another, so that's going to be 24 plus 16. I've got 30 to that, so it's 1.5 to 1 on your special structure. 44 at 1.5 to 1, that is a hit. And I think that's their first hit. And they need to make a morale check. An 11. All right. So I don't think they retreat. I think they I just think you just mark them as disordered. Let me double check here because I know there was something special with these guys. Dwellings, cultivated ground, village hexes. No, it's not village hexes. It's not a chateau. Special structures. Let's see. So they don't disorder as a result of combat. They lose 1 increment instead.
Okay. Okay.
So that's how that works. All right. Now let's move down to here. We'll take a pot shot. So these guys here will take a shot there, and then I've got these two guns are going to fire in on you as well. So this guy is, I think he's just
So
three times
that's
4 is
not
going to be 12.
blocking.
It does not. The little villages do not block line of sight. Only cultivated
Okay.
and woods do. So he's going to add in 12, and then this is going to be at medium range 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's going to be 20, 30, and then another 36. So that's going to be 66. 66 to you're in line, so 66 to 11. That's going to be 6 to 1 with a +6 for my leader. Here we go. 55 becomes a 65 at 6 to 1. That's 3 hits. So those guys are poof. All right, and then here at the church, let's see how many increments I've got there. I've got 5 increments, so that's going to be what? My Legere times 4. So that's going to be 20, and then these, I think it's also 5, so that's going to be 40. So it's a 2 to 1 shot on the guy in the church. 33 at 2 to 1, that is a hit. And that's their second hit.
Okay.
All right, and then I've got a shot here from my guns here. So let's see these guys. These guys here, they're going to try to fire at something. What's a good target? These guys have got a range of 11, range of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, they can't hit anything. These guys could, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's see. We'll fire on these lancers up here in the cultivated terrain. So that's going to be 20 to 8. So that's going to be 2 to 1, 2.5 to 1, with a +6, +1 for the size of your unit, and +5 for Saint Maurice. 55 becomes a 65 at 2.5 to 1. That's 2 hits.
Okay.
And a morale check. And they're happy. All right, it's time for us to do some assaults. So let's get started. First one is here with your guy who's the skirmisher under the obscured marker. So I'm going to try to attack them.
Where?
Right
I'm
here.
sorry.
So right here. So these
Okay.
guys are assaulting there. So I don't know if you want to stand or retreat before combat.
Yeah. Let's see. I think I'll retreat before combat.
Okay.
I got. Oh yeah. I'll retreat. Let's see. Do I just go back, or do I? Let's see. How does this work?
So I can
can't-
advance. I can advance after combat. I mean, after you retreat. So you want to retreat at least 2 hexes back. I can advance into the hex that you're occupying.
Yeah.
And he's going to,
Or
the
at least
obscured marker
once.
will be removed as a result of of this action.
Okay, hold on. Okay. So he's going to go back. Let's see. Okay, I'll go back.
Okay. I will advance into that hex, and that's it. That's all the further I'll go for the moment. All right. Where else do we have stuff? These guys here are going to attack your skirmishers here.
Okay, I'm gonna retreat. Who? Just those guys? Oh, the 7, 8, and the 6, 8, right?
These guys right here. These guys are attacking this hex right here. So,
Okay,
are you going to stand or you're going to retreat?
I'm gonna go back. Okay.
So they can't be in that hex. They were in skirmish, so you could like retreat him back here maybe.
Okay.
Because then there's not, and they would stay in skirmish. Because they were in skirmish, weren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they would stay in skirmish, and they could go there, and then they wouldn't have gone through any enemy, zones or whatnot.
Okay.
Okay. All right. These guys are going to try to assault your skirmishers. So you can either stand or run away. So these skirmishers are going to assault your skirmishers.
Okay.
And they can retreat before combat if they want to. Or they could stay and
These
fight.
skirmishers? Okay.
My skirmishers are going to assault your skirmishers or attempt.
Oh, yeah. So they're going to also...
So they could go over they could go over this way, they could go back, or
Yeah.
a couple of different routes.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
All right, I'm putting a marker on them so we know that they've moved as well. All right, so these guys will advance, and no, they can't advance because, well, they could advance, yeah. I guess everyone could. So these guys could advance here, and then these guys could advance there. All right, I had another one, but your Landwehr ran away. All right, so I've got an assault here on your guys that are here in line. These guys, and these guys are going to try to attack you. So I just have to see how many guys can come across the bridge.
I'm going into the church.
Well, you're not in skirmish order. You're in line.
I'm in line.
Yep, so they can't
Oh, yeah.
retreat before combat.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they would... Well, actually, let me double check. They might be able to.
I think they're... I'm not sure.
Yeah. But usually, if they were... Yeah... Trilliers facing infantry... yeah, no. So they're in line. They have to stay and fight. So...
Okay.
All right, and you've got what, 3 increments there, 4 increments there? Oh, 3 increments there.
3.
So I've got 3, and then I've got 13. Now I have to see with the bridge how many can attack across the bridge. I'm sure there's some limitation on how many can go across. Well, I'm attacking across the stream as well. So it's only the Ligny bridges that only 4 increments can go across. So, so I've got 13 to 3, so I've got 4 to 1 odds. So for me, that's going to be a +9. For you, it's going to be a -9. So go ahead and make your morale check. So -9, that's going to be a 31. Minus another 3, 1, 2, 3. That's going to be a 24. So
Okay, they're gone.
They're just going to disorder. They'll go back 3 hexes.
One.
All right, and I can advance into the vacated hex. All right. Let's see, over here. All right, so the cavalry is going to attack your chaps here. They don't have to make a morale check. We just go ahead and do our calculations. So see how much you've got, and I'll see how much I've got. All right. So that's going to be 45 plus 33. That's going to be 78. So I've got 78. And you've lost 2. You probably lost what? That's about 5 off, so 14. So that's 5.5 to 1. So 5 to 1 is as good as it gets. So it's 5 to 1, and I've got a +3 for my leader. So let's roll the dice, see what we get. 41 plus 3, that's going to be a 44. So that's DR. So looking at the melee matrix, DR, defenders rout, retreat 10 hexes, lose 1 increment for each enemy's ZOC they exit. So they'll lose just 1. And they got to go back 10. So you probably want to take them, well, yeah, you could go here. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, and I advance in, and I'm going to be tired.
What's the matter? Okay.
All right, now we go to do our cavalry stuff. So let's go ahead and see how this works out. So let's go ahead and do this one here first. And I'm going to throw, who am I going to throw in? I'll throw this guy in and this guy against him. So let's just see what we have. This guy will be doubled, so he's going to be 54. And this guy is just straight up 54 plus 18, so that's going to be 64, 72. What have you got? So 35, so it's 2 to 1. My leader adds in plus 3. What does your leader add in? Schulenberg. He adds in 1. Okay. So it's a 2 to 1 with a plus 2. Let's see what we get. 24 plus 2, that's going to be a 26. At 2 to 1, I lose 1, you lose 2, and that's it. All right, and so I am exhausted, and you are exhausted.
I can
Because he
try.
reaction charged. This guy...
A reaction charge.
Yeah.
So
So this guy...
I am only tired.
No, he's exhausted.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, whatever you say. Quit it.
Right. This guy will only be tired because he didn't reaction charge. Remember, he failed his roll. So this guy did reaction charge. He moved forward. But this guy didn't. So he'll only be tired. All right, moving over, we've got this one here we'll do. So this chap here is going to add in to the melee, so he's going to be 36 double, he's going to be 72. And then this guy adds in another 20, so we're going to have 92 to whatever your chap is.
$35.
92 to 35. Okay. So that is 2.5. I don't have any leaders. You have a leader. So it's 2.5 to 1 with a minus 3 for your leader. So let's roll the dice, see what we get. 21 minus 3. That's a 14. At 2.5 to 1, that is a blank. So we take a look at defending cavalry blank 11. All attackers and defenders retreat 1 hex. All attackers check morale with a minus 3. So I move back 1. You move back 1. And we check morale. So your guy will be tired. We'll check for this chap first. He passes, and he's going to be tired. And then this guy, let's roll for him. 36 minus 3, he should be okay. Yes, he's morale of 21. So he's going to be okay, but he's going to be exhausted. There we go. All right. Good. That's it for our melee. So what we have now is this guy is recovered. He didn't get shot at, didn't get hit. So he's recovered. Let's go check my chaps. These guys got shot, so they're not going to be able to recover until your phase. And these guys didn't get shot, so they're going to be recovered. All right, and I don't think I have anyone who is I don't think I've got anybody else. Oh, I do have one disordered unit over here. So let's go ahead and roll for them. 32 becomes a 26. And let's see what they are. Whoops. Come on. Let me pull it apart. 21. They're fine. They're going to recover. All right. And that's it for the moment. So we can go see what Robert is up to.
All right, I'll be back in a minute.
Okay.
What's the odds?
Assaulted exclusively in the flank. -9. And -12 if you're getting assaulted through the rear. So I don't know if the special rules, the Ligny chart rules,
Well,
are
it's not
supersede.
exclusively, so the not -9 doesn't apply.
So where's the situation?
Okay, we're doing this. It's an attack.
Okay.
Here I'm attacking from 3 squares. This unit right here.
So is it
Okay.
a -9 or a -12? Because the special rules say -9.
Yeah, we've been using the rules that are on the Ligny assault morale modifier chart. So it's -9 for you to make your morale check, and it's +9 for the attackers, and
Right.
that's in addition to whatever odds we might have as well. So
41 is
No, it's 4-1 odds, and it says on the chart that for 4-1 it's -9.
right, and you're being attacked through the flank as well.
Yeah, but there's no other additions for that. It just says use these odds if assaulted exclusively in the flank.
Right. So
So,
normally, so we normally have the so
So it's at -9.
well, let's take
The
a
main
look
rule
at
It wouldn't
the-
be it wouldn't be -18.
Yeah, it would be minus 18
does-
because we outnumber you and you're
Doesn't
getting hit in
make
the flank.
sense. No, I don't think that makes sense.
Well, it's easy for us to find out. So let's take a
It
look
would
here
be-
real quick.
If we look at the regular rules, it'd be -21. So,
Why did he get shot as well?
oh, he did get shot too.
Yeah,
Yes,
so you'd have a
took-
minus.
Oh, and
3
your
for that.
guys got shot. You guys got shot as well on that one stack.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying it's very confusing here because it says -9. And there's nothing else to modify it. It says here on the exclusive rules.
That's
So we're reading here in the rules for Premier. Units in column have their increments included for the pre-melee morale checks odd ratio calculations. So the odd ratio is 4-1, right? So you have the modifiers for that, +9, -9, okay? Then units in line formation have their top 4, regardless of formation, increments, hex total defending. All attacking units have passed.
actually I'm all in line, so mine would only be 4, 4, and 4. So that does.
Oh, that would be
12, 2-1.
so. That's 2-1.
Right, so it's only a -3 and no pluses for you other than just the +9 for the odds.
But why is it? Oh, but it says exclusively through the flank, so that doesn't apply. So it's just 2-1 with a
No,
-3 on
it's-
my roll.
So you're being attacked through the flank, right?
Hmm.
So you have a modifier.
But if you look at
for
the
that.
chart there, it says use these odds if assaulted exclusively through the flank. I'm not being assaulted exclusively through the flank.
Right.
I'm being attacked from 3 sides, so I don't think that applies. So it would just
the
be a
regular rule
-3.
would be the regular rule says.
But I think these supersede the regular rules.
Well, what
The
we've been
special
using
rules-
is the modifier. So in the regular premier rules, if you're being attacked through the flank, it's -12 on your morale check, right? And if you're being assaulted through the rear, it's -6. So
Yeah, but that's not on the chart on
so
the
what we've been
Ligny
using,
charts.
right? So Robert, what we've been using is instead of having the -12 for being assaulted through the flank, we've been using the -9 for being assaulted through the flank. So we were just modifying it to have the -9 for the flank attack instead of the -12 for the flank attack.
Well, I'll take the -3. So
take the
that's
-3 for
what
you.
the rules. That's what the rules say. So you have to be exclusively assaulted through the flank.
for -9. I'll take
For
the regular
-9.
rules then. Because
So I'll
then-
because the regular rules are the Ligny charts supersede the specific charts.
So
the
here's
the
where it
premier
gets
rule.
here's where it gets tricky, Robert, because the Ligny charts are for 5th edition rules, and we're not playing with the 5th edition rules.
Oh, they are?
So that's why, yeah, the Ligny charts are for the 5th edition rules, and so we've been.
So then I can just decide which one I like better. So I like the -3. So I'll just leave it at that.
You're going to get either -3 plus a -9 or a -12.
I'll just have I'll have a -3. That's all I accept. No, I'm just joking. I'm just because the rules are so stupid. So okay, so -9.
Yes.
I'm
So
just joking.
Make your morale check.
I just don't like that. We just don't have.
Well,
regular
they, it is what it is. So,
I know. We should have played not the premier rules.
Well,
Okay.
if we played the
so,
5th edition rules, it would be a different battle
Game.
at this point. Yeah. So
I think so. Okay, so let's see. I'll roll. So those guys break.
yeah, so they're just going to
So they
disorder.
will go 1, 2, and they have to go. They can't go any there, so they will have to go. I guess they can go here to 3. And they'll disorder. And then these guys will have to make a morale check.
So I don't know that they would go there, Robert, because this is French
They can't-
occupied hex.
Oh, you're right. They can't. So
Yeah,
they,
so
but
we
they can't
go-
go here because there's somebody here.
Right. So they
So
go
would that
1,
keep going?
2, 3, and then they would just go over the top of people until they get clear.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then these guys will have to make a morale check.
Yeah.
And they don't
pass.
care. And the other guys have to make a morale check.
And they don't
They
care.
don't care.
And then you need to roll for these guys since
Oh yeah, they went
yeah,
by.
somebody went by.
And they've.
But now they're in a special structure, right? I think that's a special yeah. So they have a +6, so that's going to be a 33. So see what their morale is.
Oh, they
31,
passed.
so they pass.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So then you could advance into that hex with whatever up to stacking you want to, David.
So let's go there. All right, and now that's the
So you know what? So I got a question with the Ligny charts. Then
Yep.
we should. Do we have Premier Rule odds assault modifier table?
We don't. So normally the premier rules have in the game itself the assault modifiers. So there's nothing in the rule book that has the assault modifiers. It's on the chart for the game.
Why don't we pick? Why don't you choose a? Are all the premier assault modifiers the same?
I could take a look and see.
Could choose one of those if it's different from this.
Yeah.
And then use that, and then so it matches up with the premier rules. Because I didn't. The translation's kind of weird. So
Yeah, no, that makes sense. We could take a look and see. We're getting ready to play, one of the Prussian ones. So I think for the most part, most of the assault modifier tables are pretty consistent across the games. So I can take a look.
So then we could just do that, and you could just. That would be much better.
Okay,
Yeah.
sounds like a deal.
Okay. Alrighty.
All right. Did you have any other assaults that you were doing, David?
No, I think I'm at my disorder check. So don't have anything. Get rid of this thing. All right, so we'll start with this one here, and what do we give it?
Roll your dice, see what you get.
So is it now? There's 2 units there. Is it individual or is it just the same?
You're going to roll for each one,
Okay.
right? So roll for the top one. He's half dead. You got a good roll for both. They're both going to come back.
Did Dave have to make a roll to occupy that hex?
He doesn't
For
need
morale?
to, since you bugged out. So if if the defender moves out of the hex, then the attacker can advance without having to make a morale check.
I thought, okay, that's different than another set of rules.
No, not really. The only time it's an issue where somebody's got to make a morale check for it is like if skirmishers leave, like in 5th edition rules, if the skirmishers retreat before combat, then the attackers, if they're not also in skirmish formation, would have to make a
morale check.
Otherwise, if it's just regular infantry on infantry, the defender bugs out, then the attacker occupies the previously occupied hex.
Okay.
All right. So next guy here. Let's see what he does. He's fine.
63. And remember, Dave, when they come back out of disorder, they have to be in column formation. So you just want to put them facing a hex side instead of a vertex.
All right. Check for this one.
34, that's going to be a 31. They should probably pass. Yeah, 22.
And there.
Yeah, and same thing, he's going to then face a hex side.
And the artillery unit.
34, 31. Yeah, so they should pass. They got a morale of 16. So
Yep.
then you can have them facing anywhere you want. And they would be facing a hex side.
All right. Let's see. Yeah, just. Let's.
So you've been playing too much bar. You're putting him facing a vertex. Oh no, you turn the guns, but the leader. Okay, cool. I see it now. I'm like, it doesn't look like you turned it. There we go. Now you're cooking.
All right. I think that finishes up my portion of the turn.
Okay. So I'm done over on my side.
Ready?
Yeah. So,
What are all the explosion-looking things there?
those he had a bunch of skirmishers that retreated before combat, so we put those markers on top to note that they had moved for the following turn, so then he couldn't then move them subsequently. So, yeah. that's what's up with those. Let's see, and that's about it. And then we blew up some other stuff, shot up some other stuff. Stuff got shot up. It's pretty much a battle out here. So yeah.
How'd the cavalry stuff go over there?
It went fairly well. We had one that was sort of indecisive, where both people kind of pushed back and forth, and then the other one was also kind of indecisive, where he took 2 losses and I took 1 loss, and we both kind of stared at each other. So not a whole lot. My fire phase was fairly successful in that I was able to get some of his units to disorder, and then that, of course, as usual, triggered a whole boatload of Prussian Landwehr to also disorder and run away. Yeah. So
I got a couple of those too.
Yeah. So at this particular stage in the game, he doesn't have a whole lot. You can see he's got a whole bunch of stuff that's disordered and then routed kind of to the north and east of Wangli. And he's only got, as far as in the Saint-Amand-le-Chateau, he's only got the guys here in the church, and then he's got these 2 guys in these special structures, and then this other stuff is holding out in this particular area. So we'll see how long that fares before the French are kind of able to push them out over on that side. So that's kind of where things are for the moment. Nothing more exciting to report.
Well, I pushed back hard in there. Got to.
Yeah, it looks like you
got
took
that
that
one
one
almost-
hex. Yeah, there.
We got
You
that
took
one
that one
almost
little
around
town.
there.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, it's Ligny. Taking Ligny is just a slog, where you just have to, fight for each hex practically. So yeah,
Do some more slogging.
indeed,
Nothing like
a
slog.
fair amount of slogging at that. So. Okay.
Did we need to roll for the reinforcement thing?
Oh yeah, do we want to do that?
No.
Then at least we can make note of what happens. So this is the reinforcements that would come in Fleurus. This would be the 6th Corps. So David, do you feel lucky?
No.
All
He was
right.
pretty emphatic about that.
Yeah,
Guess, Eric, you're rolling.
I guess so. So we'll roll and see. I want to roll low, and then the reinforcements will show up earlier. 16. Wow, that's about as good as it gets. They're going to come in at 5 o'clock. So at 5 p.m., the 6th Corps will come in as reinforcements. So, yeah. I mean, it was going to be anywhere between showing up at 4:40 or showing up at 9 p.m. So it could have, I think, sort of the middling rolls would have been 6:20 to 6:40. So they're showing up a little earlier. So
It's the French. You should take the worst out of 3 rolls.
really? Okay, here's the next one. 13.
Oh my gosh.
And 21.
21.
So
There
actually,
you go.
21 is also showing up at 5 o'clock. So the
Oh my gosh.
worst of 3 rolls is the same thing that I got on the first roll, Robert. So
Oh,
nah.
All right. Well,
All right, I'm going to go ahead and save it. I think Albert is tired because it's 11 o'clock in his part of the world.
Yeah, I'm gonna bug out. I think you've done everything.
Yeah, we've
All
got
right.
everything set.
Hey, see you guys.
Okay, be
All
well,
right.
Albert.
See you next week, Albert.
See ya, Albert.
End of French, 3:20 p.m. All right, so I've saved it. If you guys will save it, then
Yep,
we will
I
all be
just saved a
set.
copy.
Okay,
Yeah.
and I will end the broadcast.